Prophet of thought.
We gotta stop this shit.
Unapologetic. Open your mind. This is X from the Prophet of Thought series, also known as the Frontistery. I'm asking today, how did we as men get here? And by here I mean the rise of the Fem Men. There was a time when most men upheld the man code, thinking like men, speaking like men, conducting themselves like men. But now, that's not the case. It's been made perfectly clear that the black world is a matriarchal world and has been for half a century. And we, as a people, have suffered as a result. Unemployment, despair, illegitimacy, poverty, crime has plagued us like bursitis in your shoulder. No cure for it. We're just forced to live with the pain, which makes me wonder why a male would co-sign any female nonsense. But we know why. Conditioning. Men have been conditioned, trained, groomed to not only accept the female slant put on everything, but to also think, speak, and act like women themselves. It's so commonplace. It's such an ingrained part of our culture. Most men don't even realize they're doing it. These men, if you can call them that, have evolved into the Fem Men, ruled by a female ideology, ruled by female persuasion, or just ruled by a female's genitalia. All because being a man has been discouraged. The respect a man should receive, the way a man should be treated, has been turned into a tutorial on how not to offend women, even if these same women are offending you. It's okay for women to be offensive, belligerent, argumentative, and even violent. But if you are accused of it, you're not a real man. Your thinking and logic has to take a back seat to their emotions and insecurities, because of course, it's the black man's fault that most black men have self-esteem issues. So it is our duty to pander to it. Nonsense. But believe it or not, the simps, the manginas, the Fem Men, they do just that. Saying and doing anything that will make women feel like they have their back. These Fem Men will launch an attack against any brother who speaks out on the matriarchal industrial complex known as Black America. They're actually more upset with you simply because you are speaking to the nonsense of women, as opposed to being upset with the nonsense itself, telling you how women are equal to men and how women are supposed to be crazy, strong, and defiant to a man's will. And let's not forget the backbone of black society. Yeah, sure. Maybe that's true for the many brothers raised without a male influence, holding mom up high as the only source for any kind of guidance or instruction. So of course they have taken on mom's characteristics and teachings. Emotion first, use logic later. Agree with things that fit your narrative, regardless if they're factual or not. Want more than what you bring to the table. And my favorite, all black women are queens. The most laughable ideology that the Fem Men have a tendency to cite, all in an effort to endear themselves to the female mindset, or maybe to get the proverbial pat on the back from simp-loving ladies who think acting mindless should be applauded, not abhorred, tolerated, not terminated, all because men have been convinced to believe that the crap we see black women do is somehow normal. Because let's face it, many of our mamas did the same crap, because most of our mamas had no man around her, so there was no man around us. A lot of us brothers spent most of our young lives being raised by a female. So being a man came from a female perspective, which we know to be a disaster. It's like getting a kid ready for pro football by teaching him tennis most of his life. This is why we have the violence, killings, poverty, and unrest in so many parts of the black world. And this ridiculous nonsense is perpetuated even further when men aren't men anymore. Thankfully, you have brothers who reject the matriarchal madness, men who speak out on our behalf. Not that stroke the women folk BS. Real men talking real men shit from a real man's perspective. These days are done for constantly telling black women how great they are. They have people for that. Especially the coalition of Fem Men. They have made that their life mission. So we as real men have to make our voices heard as well. Real loud and real clear. And it's happening. That's why you have brothers like Appeasing and my man Valdez from the Angry Man channel. Shout out to Valdez, what's good? Y'all need to go down there and check the Angry Man channel out. Basically, these brothers, they just telling it like it is. Calling women black asses out for their buffoonery and shenanigans. Not only are the women called out, so are the Fem Men who make the buffoonery and shenanigans possible. Some guys have their balls squeezed so tight by women, I'm surprised that they can even take a leak. Hopefully, these dudes will wake up and become unapologetically man. Start taking their balls back. Start bringing the man back into the game. Stop deferring to the female influence, because being a man has nothing to do with that. Stop saying things female want to hear and tell the truth. Tell the truth to your mama, your daughter, your sister. Tell the truth to your girl. Tell the truth to your wife and to any other woman you're around at any time. They may not like it. It's almost guaranteed that they won't. But they will respect it, and most importantly, they will respect you. Even though they will call you sexist, chauvinistic, and everything else. They will call you a lot of things. They will say a lot of things about you. Call you ignorant, stupid, mean, annoying, and even an idiot. But one thing they will never call you is a Fem Man. Prophet of Thought series. Open your mind.